Hi everyone, welcome to Talk Tuesday. I'm Kristine Newman on the Ontario Property Pros team at Davenport Realty. Today I'm excited to have double trouble here with me today. I've got Lisa Upshaw from Lisa Upshaw Mortgages, and I've got Brenda McKinley, the broker of Davenport Realty Brokerage here in Burlington. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi. So, 2018, we saw a lot of things happen in the marketplace, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was the stress test that was implemented in early 2018 and its impact on the market. But first, let's talk about what the stress test is. And Lisa?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So the stress test was implemented for buyers to qualify on a higher rate. So normally in the past what would happen is when you purchased a home, you would qualify based on the actual rate that you were getting plus an amortization period, and then that would be your payment, and that's how you would qualify. Right. The stress test was implemented at a much higher rate. For example, today it's 534. And so that client has to qualify on the 534 and a maximum amortization of 25 years as opposed to 30. So that payment gets a bit higher, and therefore the qualifications and the amount that the client can qualify for is a bit lower.
Even when they're getting a rate that's below 4% from their lender.
Correct, that is correct.
So it's one rate for your payment.
Yes.
For your contract. It's another rate to qualify for that.
Correct.
Why is that? Why did they do that, do you think?
I think there's a few reasons why. One of them is that they wanted to slow down the real estate market because lots of people were being able to qualify, and the real estate market was going crazy. So another reason, which is I think an okay reason, is that with the low interest rate environment we were in, there was a fear that if a client got through their 5-year term and rates were increased, right, would they be able to qualify again? Right. So they've kind of put in a buffer so that the clients are in a position where they can qualify again if interest rates were to rise.
Right, because if interest rates were to rise at renewal, they may not be able to afford that mortgage at
Correct.
That new rate.
Absolutely.
So it provides some security for both the market as well as the buyer.
That's correct.
And
right.
We've seen that happen in the past, haven't we?
Yes.
When the interest rates went so high in the 80s and people were having problems renewing and had to sell their homes and were throwing in cars and boats to see if they could get their house sold.
Right.
Absolutely, yes.
So what did you see in the market in 2018 that you think might be attributed to the stress test?
Well, certainly a lot of buyers didn't qualify at the level they previously would have been able to qualify at.
Right.
You know, which slowed things down a little bit. The prices in 2018 dropped a little bit over what they were in 2017, more to the level that they were in 2016.
Right.
Right.
Great. So in 2019, we expect the stress test to still exist, obviously. Mm-hmm. What do you think that means to a buyer going into 2019? Will they be able to jump into that large home that they were hoping to, or what they might qualify for at the existing rate, but not qualify for at the stress test rate?
Right, right. So my opinion is that buyers are either going to take a little bit longer getting to their dream home, or it's going to add an extra step into their purchasing towards their dream home. Instead of starting with the townhouse, they might be starting with the condo apartment.
Right. Still possible.
Yeah.
Just maybe, well, it's paring back of how much money you're able to borrow.
Mm-hmm. And as a mortgage broker as well, I've got different lenders that will actually qualify you based on the contract rate and not necessarily the Bank of Canada rate. So the interest rates tend to be a little bit higher. However, you can go up to a 30-year amortization and be qualified on the contract rate as opposed to the Bank of Canada rate. So
great.
There are options, definitely.
Options, okay. Well, that's great information. Thanks very much, guys. That stress test, we heard a lot about it. We're hearing a lot about it now. It's at the end of the year. A lot of economists are reflecting on the market in 2018 and talking about what's happening in 2019. So hopefully that gives you a little context over what the stress test means and how it fits into the market conditions. Okay, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.